Hello, Douglas Long and Sunny Navratnam here. So we're talking in length about creating the peak performance workplace. And in the previous conversation, we described listening as a critical element of creating this possibility of respect arising. So what's the next one?
Okay, the fourth one, and I hesitate to say the most important, because I think all four of these are critically important. But the one that I think that it really makes the shift in a person recognizing that they're being respected is helping them see, helping them understand that I believe that they have already got the answers inside them. In other words, I'm not here to solve your problems, and I might make some suggestions, but the suggestions that I make may not work for you. They may work for me, they may not work for you. And so it's this belief that the other person has got the ability to find the answers, to work through the answers, and my role really is to draw that out so that there's this absolute belief in the other person. There's something known as a self-fulfilling prophecy, and we've all talked about it before in all sorts of courses and workshops and things. But what it means is that those things that I really believe about another person, like it or not, or situation, like it or not, those beliefs impact the way in which I act and the way in which I think. So that if I believe that you are a fairly unimportant sort of person who can't do anything on your own, then try as I may to mask it, that is going to come through in the non-verbals perhaps, or in the way that I say something, or even the way that I question. And it's just as true if I believe the answers are in you. And so if my mindset says, look, you are a person who has got the ability to find these answers. You are a person who's got the ability to work these things through in a way that makes sense to you and enables you to do it. Then the whole of my questioning, the whole of my listening, the whole of my interaction is going to be geared towards making that happen. And once a person starts to believe that they are really believed in, that does a phenomenal amount for their self-respect, and what's more, it does a phenomenal amount to the respect that they start to have towards the leader.
Yes. There is an old saying from where I come from which says, the difference between greatness and ordinary is the belief of one person.
Okay.
And it is what they stress on that in the mentoring culture that they have. In fact, some of my work involved with a lot of the Japanese industries, and the Kaizen practice is driven almost entirely by this belief that the answers are already here with the people.
Yes.
And it's quite interesting to see that in Japan they practice that down on the shop floor, but not necessarily in the administrative areas and stuff like that. It's quite a contrast. But it's amazing what kind of answers come out when people are brought to a circle where they are told and get to understand that they are believed in, that they have the answers themselves. It's an amazing place.
And yet you see so often, people come to a meeting, the boss calls a meeting, so people come into the meeting, and they come usually on another damned meeting, you know, it's interrupting me getting on with other things, because deep down they're pretty sure that the boss is going to finally say, well, this is what we're going to do and how we're going to do it. And so often these meetings become window dressing, and people resent that. That's manipulative. It's not really high integrity, high authenticity in what's going on. But if in that meeting there genuinely is the situation of saying, well, look, here's an issue that we have to confront, here's an issue that we've got to deal with, and you guys are dealing with it, together we can come up with something, and there is a genuine response, and the leader isn't trying to superimpose his or her ideas and thoughts on what is going on, suddenly things start to work. And it's back to this belief that I, as the leader, I don't have to have all the answers.
Yes.
I, as the manager, don't have to have all the answers.
Yes.
All I really have to do is to make it possible for the
Yes.
answers to emerge.
Yes, yes. That's the reality. Allowing those answers to
Yeah.
emerge. It's all about, if you're doing things like the U theory aspects where you're dealing with really complex problems.
Yes.
It's all about that, allowing that answer to emerge, and it does come through a collective
Yes.
paradigm. It's never working through one person's mind. And it is strange. We live in a culture where we think one person's got all the answers, and it never has. History has
right.
proved us time and time and time again that one person doesn't have the answers. So there you are. The fourth aspect of creating that environment is for the leader to have belief in the team, in each member of the team, each individual, as well as the team as a collective. It is that belief that creates the foundation for those teams to perform at their peak. So there's something to think about and perhaps implement in your own organization. If you are a leader, then you really want to start thinking, how do I make sure that I believe in my people? So share your thoughts with us. We'd love to hear from you, and we look forward to talking to you again soon. Thank you for watching.